Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I want to talk to you about the big changes that are coming to Minion Masters in Minion Masters 2.0, or Minion Masters Mobile, I guess, since when they finish 2.0 eventually, I think that's when the game will officially be coming to mobile. It is on mobile already as a beta, but yeah, I think it'll be officially coming out then. Two things to quickly say. Badassfish50 has already made a video on this, and I will link his video in the description. His video will go more in depth. I think he read every single word verbatim. I won't do that because there's a lot to go through. His video is like 25 minutes long. I'm gonna estimate my video will be about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll try and bullet point a lot more than him. So yeah, I'll link his video in the description if you want to watch that one instead. And also I'll link this article as well if you just want to watch this. Yeah, if you just want to read this article, then that's fair enough. Also, another thing I just want to say quickly is I've been to a wedding for the past couple of days, and that's why I haven't posted any videos. So there you go. Let's get started anyway. So yeah, they aren't very happy with the meta right now. Is the main gist of this paragraph. It says that the meta has become incredibly reliant on spells and controlling/defending until mana frenzy. We've looked at a bunch of changes that we believe will help sort out some of those issues, as well as making the game more dynamic and action-packed. So, I guess what they're hoping for is, I mean, it doesn't say this. I'm just sort of reading between the lines. I guess they're hoping for a meta that's based around playing like bigger minions. I'm guessing bigger, stronger minions. I guess that makes sense because the more expensive minions, like the 9s and the 10s, are usually legendary cards, and if you get a legendary card and then it sucks because you can't play it in a good deck, then I guess it would make sense that they would want to change that. But yeah, I don't know about games seem to have become incredibly reliant on spells. I mean, that to me is part of the fun. The spells, like a skillful opponent who plays like a black hole in front of a fireball, and then the fireball like hits the black hole and he saves his priestesses or whatever. That's fun. That makes the game more fun. I don't know. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I don't know. I don't really like change, to be honest. I'm gonna be like resistant to change, and I'll probably find it really fun after they've changed all this. But I don't know. I like the spells in this game, and I don't know. I don't really see a problem with them. Controlling/defending until mana frenzy as well. I don't know. I've not got a problem with that either, to be honest. I'm going to be a very cynical person reading these patch notes. I don't know. I usually am on most games, but Beta Dwarves seem like nice people, and I'm sure they have well-intentioned changes. So I'm not going to rang on them too much. So yeah, why everything at once? They think it's better to shake the bag one big time and then concentrate on fixing the issues, rather than continuously making changes that will destabilize the balance repeatedly. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could... there's pros and cons to each approach to making updates, I guess. And what they've been doing is, like, for now, if they've been making like smaller changes, and yeah, they destabilized the meta quite badly when they made the Blood Pact change, as we all know. So yeah, maybe this is a preferable approach to making the update just one big change. And hey, that will also maybe bring in some new players as well, because they'll hear about the big changes that are coming to Minion Masters. So yeah, I suppose this is probably a preferable way. This paragraph, or these paragraphs, are basically just reiterating the same point. They just worded it differently, pretty much. So we'll skip over this. So yeah, we're on to the new changes now, the main changes. And this is probably the biggest one, the game speed change. So it's basically increasing the speed of the matches quite significantly. So yeah, 1v1 changes. So starting mana generation increased by 10%. If you know what that sign means, it sort of means about equal to. So this isn't finalized yet. So they're not sure. And then time to get max generation decreased from 5 minutes to 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So quite a significant decrease in time, I suppose. Also, 2v2 changes. This is a weird one to me. Starting generation increased to 15%, and maximum mana generation increased to 10%. So that's really confusing to me. Why they would make 2v2 matches faster than 1v1 matches? Because 2v2 you have to concentrate more because there's more going on at the same time. So it's just kind of confusing to me that they would make the solo matches slower than 2v2 matches. I don't know. Is that? Am I crazy? Is that? It seems to me that 2v2 should be slower because there's more going on. I don't know. I mean, obviously these aren't finalized anyway, because that little symbol there, the little squiggle, means around about 15%. So you know it's fine. Anyway, yeah, XP generation rescaled as well. So passive XP increased by 20%, and bridge XP gain increased by about 10%. So more XP, I guess, quickly. So that's cool, I guess. Balance changes as well because of all these previous changes means that the increased mana generation will mean that Demon Warrior will be quicker to become a Titan. So they obviously need to address that. So yeah, she's probably going to be like, you have to play her 7 times now or something like that. Or maybe she won't be quite as strong as she was. She might be like half the health of her normal Titan self and stuff like that. Who knows? And yeah, Curse Ascension as well, same thing. You might have to spend 90 mana on accursed cards rather than 70. So yeah, it'll just be stuff like that. One thing I did notice though is Morelia's book. Bit worrying, I don't know. Maybe they'll take out her Drain Life ability because that is pretty strong. I don't know. Because they do talk about how spells are kind of ruining the game a bit. So her Drain Life spell is pretty good for free. It's really good. And also the Mancers, the Spirit Mancer and the Blast Mancers. Like I don't really know how the XP generation and mana generation are gonna really affect them. I guess you could say that like the increased mana generation will mean there'll be more minions on the field at the same time, so they might be more effective. But I don't know. I don't really understand how the Spirit Mancers and the Blast Mancer is going to be really like mega changed from this. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I don't know. is my point. So yeah, tried to change the spread of cards that are being used in previous patches. Feel we've been successful in this with the byproduct that the game has been slowed down. With these changes, we're hoping to speed it back up again, retaining the good, action-packed feel, which is the nature of what Minion Masters is. I don't really know what they're referring to when they say, with these changes, we're hoping to speed it up again. I don't think that the Minion Masters has ever been that fast. It's in the beta. I haven't played it, but I've seen gameplay. And the arenas look massive. They are huge. And they took ages for minions to walk across the arena. And obviously they changed that. And then, like, I don't know. I don't think the game's ever been this quick, is what I'm trying to say. So, I don't know. Just something to bear in mind. It might not be perfect. Flying minions as well no longer grab bridges. That's really strange. But I guess it's probably a positive change, to be honest. I mean, it was kind of annoying when like your opponent would have like Propeller Scrats and Frostfeather fly by. Just Frostfeather Owl, sorry. And then you could just like instantly capture the bridge with impunity. So yeah, I guess that's a pretty positive change, to be honest. I guess that'll mean less flying minions as well, so less ATG drones. And yeah, less like spammy, cheap flying minions like Dragon Rob and the Frost Feathers, stuff like that. I won't really go on this too much because there's not much to say. General damaging spells nerf. So as we already know, they want to nerf all the spells. This is going to be a bit of a concern for stuff like, I guess, priestesses and stuff like that. Because if you can't kill priestesses easily, then that's going to be really annoying. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that they don't nerf them to the point where you can barely kill things with them. I'm sure they won't. I don't really see how they're going to change this. It's going to be really awkward. So most damaging spells will have their mana cost increased by 1. May opt to increase and opts to instead reduce the efficiency of certain spells, keeping them at their cost, but in general all spells that are related to damage or controlling minions will receive substantial nerfs. So yeah, as I said about Morelier's book, they might actually decrease damage, drain life from like 100 to 50, so you won't be able to kill as many minions with it anymore. So while we're doing this, the game has become too centered around spells. Centered spelled the British version, by the way. We've even seen the game being referred to as spell masters on several occasions. We agree with the sentiment and want to put more focus on minion versus minion interaction, and give spells a more supportive role. Personally, I already think they have that role, but never mind. If you just called it Wizard Masters or Summoner Masters, people couldn't have a go at you. But you called it Minion Masters, so now you have to focus on minions. So yeah, shot yourself in the foot with that one, didn't you? Anyway, yeah, Master reworks as well. Surprising stuff here. A complete King Puff rework. King Puff has long been a restrictive element for certain designs. I guess because you can only use 4 and 5 mana cards to benefit from a second perk, so yeah, fair enough, I guess. We do like the idea that he's restricted to a certain subset. I believe he is too restricted while also gaining too much, in turn making the cards also restricted to him. So yeah, I think that like how they changed Valorian as well, they're just going to make him a lot more versatile, I guess, which is positive, I suppose. That's a good change. Mordor tombstones reworked for less coin flippy results. Excuse me. We believe that the difference between Mordor getting a good resurrection and just missing it is too stark, making matches against him feel either super easy or practically unbeatable. With this, we hope to bring him to a more healthy spot. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't really mind how Minion Masters, how Mordor is right now. I like the, I don't know, I don't think he is that coin flippy. If you play a crappy minion as you get a tombstone and you get that crappy minion back, that's your fault. If you play a big minion and you don't play anything else, and then the big minion gets resurrected at a tombstone, then that's strategy. There's no coin flip in that. If you chose to play the crappy minion and you resurrected that minion, that's your fault, that's your choice. And I think that that's part of the strategy. You either wait long enough for your big minion to get resurrected, or you force into playing little minion to defend your base or something like that. I think they're being a bit unfair, personally. So yeah, call me old-fashioned, but I think Mordor is cool how he is. Finally, yeah, also it makes no, they don't talk about how they're going to change that, so I guess that's why I'm being a bit cynical as well. So maybe they'll make a really positive change with him, I'm not sure. It sounds like you'll be able to choose what gets revived. Maybe the tombstones won't be free anymore. Anyway, yeah. Diurnal rebalance to remove randomness and removed bridge control from traps. Yeah, I guess the bridge control from traps is a bit of a bummer, but I guess it was kind of silly. It can be frustrating to watch your opponent pick up the healing potion several times in a row, besides to remove that and make her perks more deterministic. I think it's a bit of a shame that they're removing the healing. I don't know, it didn't happen that much, to be honest. I don't think. Usually I would just get the XP potion, usually. The XP potion 3 times in a row. But yeah, I suppose that's what they're talking about. They're gonna try and make it so that the potions aren't so random. Furthermore, we think that the Diana has been too focused on heavy bridge control style, want to make her more versatile. Yep, fair enough. Finally, a Pep Totem rework is on a timer in order to avoid it becoming overpowered in cycle decks, particularly with the new mana rules. Yeah, that would be so annoying, wouldn't it? Playing the Apep Totem even more than you play it already. Yeah. So that's a really good change, I think. I think the totem's okay now. I think it lasts for 7 seconds, and I think it used to last for 10. I think 7 is the sweet spot. 10 was a little bit too long. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good change though, I would say, especially for the new mana rules. So yeah, final few paragraphs. Why are we doing this? Many cards and mechanics have been added to the game, and many changes have happened. Certain master designs no longer feel like they fit quite in right. These changes are aimed to increase the fun and reduce frustrating elements. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our community for their passion and love of the game. Without you, we would never have created a game like Minion Masters. Oh, yeah, we're talking a lot. There we go. I'm gonna go make myself a cup of tea, probably, and a glass of water. So yeah, comment down below what you think. These are really interesting. I think that some of them are actually negative, gonna have negative impacts on the game personally. But we're yet to see. I'm a very cynical person as well. I want to point that out. So that's especially when it comes to the games industry. I'm so used to the big companies just being absolute tosspots. It's just like they have no regard for the consumer. I'm just used to that. So yeah, forgive me if I sound a bit jaded. A Beta Dwarf are run by really nice people. I haven't ever spoken to them, but I've seen like their journey. I read about how they made Minion Masters and stuff, and they like hid illegally in I think it was a university campus. They were like hiding in a room, and they were making games. It's funny. They're really nice people, so I won't hold it against them too much. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye for now.